the cage.
Hello YouTubers, this is SteamieWithGlasses here. This is my, very hard to believe, this is my 9th toy review of Thunderbirds Are Go. Now of course you have seen Module 2, one of my previous toy reviews, but over Christmas I've got something quite interesting to show you. Now inside Module 2 itself is, alongside the mole pod, is the elevator pod. Also, let's bring the elevator pod out. There it is. There's the 6-wheeled elevator pod, and this is just like the mole pod which came with Module 2. This is a this toy is a Japanese import which I got for Christmas. As you can see, it's very well detailed. Of course, you can see it moves. It's got very freewheeling wheels. Unfortunately, unlike the mole pod, it isn't remote controlled. Of course, you can see you just have to move it around like that, but nevertheless it is very interesting. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the 6 wheels, the very usual shape of the pod vehicles, and the it is quite interesting. The fact is that in the Thunderbirds Are Go episode, Fire Flash, of course, which was based upon Trapped in the Sky, there was only 2 of these elevator pods unloaded from Thunderbird 2 rather than 3. But of course, Module 2, of course, can only unload 2 pod vehicles. Well, assemble 2 pod vehicles at the same time. Yeah, as you can see, it says there, Pod A. Yeah, it's very well detailed for such a small toy. So that's that. So that is the elevator pod. Now this here is my most recent addition to my Jerry Anderson stuff. This second-hand toy of Supersize Thunderbird 1, and if we, where is it? Look at the back of it. This was made back in 1999. This toy. Yes, it's well, really not bad for a second-hand toy, but I must admit, if I look inside, look, you see it is quite empty there. Of course, that is the main cockpit section of Thunderbird 1, and interesting here, shows you can actually have the side opened up as if Scott was looking outside. Just close that. If I just flip this up, there's more parts, and there is supposed to be parts in it, but it is quite clear that there are unfortunately things missing, but I'm not too disappointed about that, to be honest. I'm not too disappointed about that. And of course, there are supposed to be sounds. Open the wings up. There are supposed to be sounds, but unfortunately there doesn't seem to be any sounds from this toy. I mean, it's not. For something that's a toy that's second hand, you can't expect it to have everything included, but That's the way it is sometimes. As I've said, there are unfortunately some things missing on my model of the Supersize Thunderbird 1. As you can see here, it is supposed to include the hover bike and mobile control unit stored in Thunderbird 1's fuselage. Unfortunately, that's missing, and likewise is the tiny figurine of Scott Tracy. Of course, the Scott Tracy figurine includes the red hover bike, and it also is meant to have real engine sounds and voices. As I said, I'm not really disappointed it doesn't have those features, because I mean this is a second-hand toy. Now, in case you're wondering why I've brought got the new Thunderbird 1 down in this review, well, I'd like to show you something quite interesting. If you look at the position of Thunderbird 1's wings, you can see they're approximately halfway along the rocket plane's fuselage, whereas if you compare to if I rotate the new Thunderbird 1's wings, you can see, compared to the Supersize Thunderbird 1, the new Thunderbird 1 has her wings much closer to the rear section of the rocket plane. Yeah, it is quite interesting, as you can see, comparing the two versions of Thunderbird 1. Yeah, it's quite interesting indeed. So as you can see, as I said, those wings are approximately halfway along the rocket plane's fuselage, and these ones are mounted much further back. Yes, so there you go, folks. That is the my second-hand model of the Supersize Thunderbird 1, and you will see in a few moments in this video that apparently there was supposed to have been a Supersize version of this model released by Vivid Imaginations. Now, this poster I found on the internet is a promotional picture for the Supersize Thunderbird 1 playset. So you see, Vivid Imaginations were intending to release a Supersize model of the new Thunderbird 1. And we zoom in on it. As you can see, it said it was going to have action and rescue sounds. Like the small model, twist tail to retract wings, an opening cockpit, includes Scott articulated mini figure, probably about the same size as the small figurines you find in the Supersize Thunderbirds 2 and 3 respectively. There you go, just at the bottom of the poster, the Season 2 promo shot of Thunderbirds Are Go. It is quite a pity that Vivid Imaginations never got round to releasing the Supersize Thunderbird 1. And I never even thought about that in my toy ideas reviews. Anyway, this is Steve with Glasses signing off. Goodbye.